Hi everybody. Yes, I know, it's not a graveyard. I like them, I have a predilection for them. You'll just have to put up with it if you want to keep watching my videos. I just wanted to show you something. Hey, X marks the spot. Yeah, right. Oh lordy. That sound is all too common. Every day now. God knows how many times a day. It's been a while since I've done a video and it's a bit windy here, so I have to speak up. And yeah, I've been thinking about you all my faithful, loyal, soul-traveling subscribers, and I miss you all. And I always love hearing from you. I always love hearing your comments, No Fear and Glitch Glitter up there on the prairie with your rune poems. That's a person I haven't heard from for a while. A Deeper Luke, your comments are always fantastic as well, and I hope you're okay, because I've been thinking about you and sending you love. Yeah, it's been really tough. I've been doing a lot of purging of extreme rage and grief and fear and all kinds of stuff, and it's just been really tough going, and not sleeping well. Lots of people not sleeping well. Lots of people, and by this I mean soul beings, complaining of tinnitus or tinnitus, as some would call it, which of course we all know isn't tinnitus at all. It's nothing to do with the ears, what you're hearing. Oh my god, look, it's a miniature lion. Hello, hello, you're a beautiful one, aren't you? Oh hello, where do you live then? Hey sweetheart. Hey dear. Yeah, that's a bag. You're a pretty kitty cat, aren't you? Oh, you're beautiful. Yes, you are. What a love. What a beautiful one. What's your name? I hope it's not something stupid like, I don't know, Fido. That's for dogs really, but yeah, get people like that. Oh, you're like a little lion, aren't you? So I'll just let you get on with it, beautiful love. So, yeah, you know, all these horrible, grating, intrusive sounds that you get in this realm. Back in the golden world, before the fall, we had, well, you know, they talk about the music of the spheres. It's like a distant memory of a sound that is pure love and flows in everything and through everything, and all is connected and all is one, and we all know each other and there's no secrets. Everything flows, all is love. And of course we live in a world now, and I talk about this in my last video, where everything is disconnected, and that was done on purpose. First of all, they disconnect us from our true self. You could say the divine self, but we're all of us is divine. But our consciousness is dual. We have a dual consciousness, you see. We have a dark shadow consciousness, which I call the hell contagion. And I've been showing a lot about that antagonistic, dark, dirty, poisonous sewage consciousness. You just pay attention to, oh here we go again, there's that nice language. Just observe the thoughts that are going through your mind as you go through your day. A lot of them are not really your thoughts, yeah? Thoughts of just disparaging thoughts, hateful thoughts, judgmental thoughts, oh, look at her, isn't she fat and ugly? Oh, look at him, isn't he? And this and that and who and I had to go to the hospital a while back, and all the people were obese, and it's not their fault, God knows. I don't blame anybody, but the thoughts going through my head were pretty nasty. And these, for the most part, are not our thoughts. It's habitual to think these thoughts and we're not even aware of it for the most part. It's a subconscious or even an unconscious energy that thrills through us. And it's all wrong, you know. It puts these thoughts into us and then turns around and says, you know, it makes you feel that shame, that really, really intense center of the center feeling of I am just inherently all wrong and bad and I deserve to suffer. Right? You look in the mirror and you think, oh shit, I look like shit. God, am I not ugly? You think horrible thoughts about yourself. You think horrible thoughts about other people. You think horrible thoughts about everything. Horrible thoughts of doom. Horrible thoughts of despair. Horrible thoughts of rage, of hate, vengefulness. Horrible thoughts of harm and hurtfulness. Dark, nasty garbage that is not our own. It isn't ours. Some of it's ancestral. Some of it's trauma. The ancestral is the trauma. The trauma is the ancestral. It's, if you had a narcissistic parent or both, you'll have inherited it in volumes. I have. Right? It's that horrible, dark, sludgy filth. And it's not ours. And yet there it is. The impostor consciousness, yeah? I was out in nature the other day and I was there for about an hour, and all throughout the hour the cuckoo was going, cuckoo, cuckoo. Cuckoo is a symbol for the imposter consciousness. And then the crows started. And the crows are all about the magic and the revelation of truth inherent in this non-mundane realm. Right? Because it's not mundane, we're not mundane. We are not these stunted, disease-ridden, hell-contagion, infected, worthless critters. No, we're not batteries. It has turned us into batteries. That is what it's done. Through the shame and through the guilt. Yeah? It's a complex thing because a part of our consciousness has literally, let's just say that you used to go clockwise and everything flowed and everything was beautiful and good. There was no shame, there was no rage, there was no hate, there was flow, there was goodness, there was beauty, there was creation, there was goodness. We were magical beings. Really? Yeah? We didn't have to get on a bus to go somewhere. It wasn't like that. We didn't have to move this out of the way to get to that. It wasn't like that. We didn't have bodily functions, and we didn't need to wash every day, and we didn't need 3 square meals a day, and we didn't need 8 hours of sleep a night. We didn't need to see doctors or dentists. We didn't need to go to hospitals or schools. We didn't need to drive around in cars on tarmac roads. We didn't need to be made to feel like absolute worthless pieces of shit and paying 10 quid for a box of tea and being told that, oh, this is the way it works. It's all like alien dialectic, you know, every fucking thing. And I mean, evil is really, really revealing itself. It just cannot help itself. It is what it is. But what is it? Yeah. There is absolutely no way to put into words what is happening on an internal level of us, in our consciousness, that's given rise to what we witness and experience on the external, and our body is a part of that. The kind of Mandela effect nature of this realm, where we are not in the same realm. It's like a house with many rooms. You enter a room, when you do your inner work, you clear it, you cleanse it, you shut the door, and that ceases to exist. You enter another part of that house and so forth and so on until everything has been cleared and, you know, that's it. But when you're in it, you're really in it. You think you're never going to get anywhere, that it's all some twisted game. I know. It's horrible. It's really horrible. The codependent nature of it all, which totally fits into it, and the deeper you go, the more you uncover that codependent, because a battery it's food, right? Your food, basically, louche. So it needs for us to be super codependent. And so you have to work through the layers, clearing that. And then you'll find, oh, there's another layer of it, and another layer of it. And it's incredible. Because, first of all, you're disconnected. If you're disconnected from your true self, right, and you're in this fugue state, trauma-based mind controlled fugue state, where you're going through the motions, you're not connected, you just accept whatever you're given as reality because that's just the way it is, and you don't ask any questions, and then you start to wake up, you know, and so forth and so on. But it's only when you really begin to do your inner work that you begin to get what's really going on here and how codependent you are. It's incredible. Because you seek connection, because you're a soul traveller, you want to connect. I'm sorry about these screaming kids. See, that's not normal. Kids should not be talking that way. That's so wrong, that's all wrong. There's no peace. Kids are all insane. Everybody's insane. This is an insane place. Screaming and on their phones, being taught an absolute load of putrid garbage and mind controlled. And the whole wokery thing, I mean, look at it, wow. The wokery it's super codependent. Yeah? Because you want connection, and you're told that by being really codependent and giving of your life force, literally bleeding out your resources, mentally, physically, emotionally, life force, energy, all of it, give. It wants you, it wants to suck you completely dry. So there's narcissists and sociopaths and twisted, distorted people everywhere. They're like gaping holes, like black holes. Give me your life force, right? People that are really, really sick and just bad energy, and it's like, give me, because I'm a victim. Give me your life force. Give it to me. Give me attention. Do this for me. Do that for me. Give me this. Give me that. You talk about the system. Wow. Because, hey, human nature is inherently bad, right? That's why we have prisons. Everything is a lie, guys, and we know that. It's all a bloody lie. It's difficult to navigate this shit. When you're not getting enough sleep, and it's increasingly difficult to bloody function. But I know this much. It doesn't like to be seen, to be understood intrinsically, to see what's really going on inside your consciousness, and as a result outside of you as well. Have you noticed weird changes in your body? Like you might have a mark that is on your knee and the next day it's on the other knee. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. You're not even in the same body from God knows when to when. Oh. codependency, looking for connection, for love, for warmth, for belonging, for flow, for goodness, for magic, miraculous selfhood, that is but a distant, very, very pale memory that you think is just a figment of your imagination. Oh, that never existed. This is all there is, right? No. Oh, fuck. I didn't realise there was going to be recess, so I do apologise. It's you know, the other layer of codependency is that shame, that this notion that you're inherently bad. Yeah? You're inherently sinful and bad. Religion is a complete lie. There is no such thing as God. It doesn't exist. And angels are not religious figures, but they are actually magical beings. You had fae, you had jinn, you had angels, you had Bigfoot, you have it all. It's all there, it's all there. It's still there, by the way. This is not a mundane realm, but we're spellbound. We've been cast into this human shell. It's not what we are at all. It's all a lie. Oh, such a lie. It's a shame, because you do it. It's like I had this experience with this neighbour, and yeah, she's very sick, but she gives off the worst energy. But I was blindsiding myself, and just I had these trousers, you know, like this sort of stuff that I like to wear, and they were way too big for me, and she's quite big. So something in my head said, go around and give them to her. So I did, without questioning that thought, right? And make a short story long, I never got any thanks. It was like, yeah, give me, and oh, I'll let you know how it fits. She never did, right? Nothing. Typical sociopathic, distorted, black hole person, right? But up until that point, I hadn't really, that there had been something going on in the dark side of my consciousness where it was like, well, there were thoughts of, God, isn't she ugly? And God, isn't she fat? And horrible thoughts. But it was there, but I wasn't registering that. And then there was all that, a layer of shame about that. And then there was also that need for connection. But wanting to connect with such a being is a really bad idea. One deserves better, right? So then you get back to the shame wall again of, oh, well, you don't really deserve any better because look how bad a person you are. But I wasn't thinking those thoughts. These thoughts literally just show up in your head. Right? It literally is a sickness, the belief in sinfulness, like you're sinful, you're dirty, you're bad, and you deserve to exist in this tortuous state. You deserve to create a reality in which there are entities putting horrible thoughts in your head, telling you that those are your thoughts and it means you're bad. And you have to keep giving your life force to everybody because you're a battery, because you're bad, and that's why you're here. You're a battery, and you're guilty, and you're sinful, and you're bad. And God is punishing you. That's just complete garbage. It's a complete lie. It really is. I mean, the skies, they've been so busy. It's unbelievable. Well, is it? That's just it, isn't it? Oh, man, metacognition, look it up. I cannot recommend this strongly enough, to observe your own thoughts, your own feelings. And by the way, our body feels our emotions, right? I mean, for the longest time that didn't even occur to me, that emotions like anxiety, depression, rage, grief, fear, My body feels these emotions. I need to pay attention to my body. See, I can use that phraseology now because I'm applying it to myself. And I'm supposed to pay attention to myself as opposed to everything out there that wants it. Attention is life force, guys. Yeah? Oh, man. It's insane. It really is. Our bodies tell us so much. To witness our own thoughts tells us where we're at. Are these my thoughts? No, they're not. They're not. They're being put into your being. Yeah, a part of consciousness when click out of alignment. So let's say your consciousness goes clockwise and everything flows. There's a tiny part of your consciousness that's now going anti-clockwise. So it blocks, obstructs, distorts. So what is the opposite of love? Yeah, they say, oh, it's fear. Well, I say it's a whole lot more than that. Obviously, it's hate, it's self-hate. Self-love, self-hate. I am sinful, I'm bad, I'm guilty, I'm worthless. And look at it. Death. Taxes. Right? And you could say, well, so it's all a mistake, you know, we're here and we're fucked. But I don't believe that's true. I watched a film, it was, what's it called? Meet Joe Black. It's not a great film by any means at all, right? It's not a great film, but something taught me to watch it, and I always know when it's maverick effect, as in super synchronicity, because death takes on a human guise to have this experience, and ultimately he comes to experience love. Yeah, it's love in the romantic sense, but there was a load of stuff going on as well that, you know, it was very, it was communicating with me throughout the film. I believe that we forgot, because of the malfunction, the anti-clockwise part of our consciousness, and we forgot that we are infinite, unconditional love and harmonious creativity. We forgot all that. We have what some refer to as separation consciousness. Separation, separate from love, separate from self, thus also separate from each other, separate from nature. I mean, it's like the biggest soul disenfranchisement, as it were, right? Hold on. Yeah. Somebody's calling me. Alright. I'll deal with that later. Yeah. You know, we've been totally disenfranchised on the deepest level. The disconnect is, wow, from ourselves, from each other, from nature, from everything, from the divine, from the sound of love, which is what I call the Great Mother. You can call it God, or you can call it Great Monkey in the Sky. I don't really give a damn. I mean, you call it whatever we like. It's not God in a religious sense at all. It's not the Punisher. The God of the Bible is a psychopathic, insane creature that really doesn't exist. None of this is real, guys. It's electromagnetic. And I hope you all pop over to Mr. MBB333's channel and check out what's going on across the plane of non-realness. All the flickering lights everywhere and the power outages which they want us to be terrified of, right? The whole of Spain and Portugal, and I've got friends living in Portugal. Everything just went off, boom. They live in a little village, and you know, everybody came out with their candles and started eating food in the squares, and it was great, and I had a wonderful time. You know, so that was good. But they just want us all to be terrified, you know, terrified. I refuse to do it. Yeah, I spent time in feeling abject terror. I spent time feeling abject rage and on my hands and knees screaming my lungs out in cushions and whatnot. Because, oh, what will the neighbours think? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Because everyone's busy pretending everything's fine. Disconnected. Oh, this complete soul disenfranchisement is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We'll just obey the government and do as we're told and everything's fine. Yeah. But anyway. Oh. Because, like, there were all these weird things on Facebook. There was one in German of this family sitting around a table. You know, like your typical generic, corporate-looking family. And, all the lights go off and you see them there all panicky and what are we gonna do? And it's like, well, and then there was one in Spanish and then there was one in English and it's like, oh, what the actual, yeah? I mean, that on the backs of buses for the last 3 years they've had ads saying, are you pretty bad for a power outage? Man, oh man. It's all mad, guys. Supercharged, ramped up insanity. It is impossible to deny. And I mean, I hear conversations, right, or people are talking to me, and I sense they are waking up. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? People that I never thought would. And there's life in there, and it's beginning to stir. Yeah. Oh. See, bit of sun. Yeah. The battle is not out here. The battle is within our own consciousness. I have always seen that. And I know it now more than I've ever known it. It's not that that part of our consciousness is evil or malevolent. It isn't that exactly. It's like when we enter, as it were, through the birth canal, it's like we enter this body, this reality. Our soul enters through a doorway, and it inherits a brain, perhaps that is slightly malfunctioning as well. Narcissists' brains are not functioning properly. Psychopaths' brains are not functioning properly, and I dare say that all our brains are not functioning quite right. Okay? So there is that darkness that pervades the realm, that is perpetuated by a malfunctioning, sin pathogen-infected consciousness. And love, the true self, the other part of our brain, that which is functioning properly, is stopping it from total fucking disintegration. Because I know for a fact that the hell can take, and evil, the dark side, call it whatever you like, if it had all the power, there would not be anything left. I would not be sat here looking at this lovely tree or that beautiful bouquet. I would not be sat here talking to you, my lovely subscribers. Sorry, that's not a very nice word, is it? My fellow soul travellers. Apologies for that. Oh, it's a beautiful rose there. It just isn't. But oh, it is so good at gaslighting the fuck out of us. To make you believe that you fucked. Evil always wins and there's nothing you can do. That is the core program. And you know that energy, that dirty, like you've just been dragged through a sewer, poisonous energy. For those of you who have really deeply introspected, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is dark magic. We live in a reality created by a malfunctioning consciousness and also influenced by the power of love, which keeps it from going completely mad, which is now shining its ferocious light on the truth, right? You have to see the truth. You have to know the truth. Truth cannot be known with the mind. It needs to be felt with the heart and the gut. That's why they don't want us having good gut biome. They don't want us to feel anything. I've done a good video about that. I've forgotten what it's called. It's a picture of a guy clutching his stomach and there's all kinds of like junk food floating around him. Anyway, Yeah, truth can only be felt, right? The light shows us the truth, guys. You know it's true. How can you heal that which you do not experience as truthfully existing? All this evil, all this distortion, all this parasitism, this predatorial garbage, the system, give me, because you're inherently bad. I mean, it's all completely mad now. Absolutely. Banking is mad. Fucking the police. What you have to do on a daily basis, literally, to get anywhere. Anyone trying to run a little business, anyone trying to set anything up, anyone trying to do anything, right? Trying to get a repair done in your flat. I mean, currently veterinary surgeons are under investigation in this town because they've been ripping people off like you wouldn't believe. There was an old boy who had his little dog put to sleep, and they charged him a ridiculous amount of money for it, right? Evil. There's all these, well, barbers, Kurdish barbers showing up everywhere, and apparently there's human trafficking galore and all kinds of shit going on with that. But mostly the light is shining on our consciousness and showing us exactly what is going on within us. What is going on within you? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What is your body feeling? What is your body telling you? What are you going to do with it or not? What are you going to surrender, let go? What are you going to transmute? What are you going to see and feel as truth, and what are you going to see and feel as lies? How are you going to get through this thick, foggy darkness? Are you going to make it? Are you going to survive, or is it going to fucking kill you? Is it going to kill us all? Right? All valid questions. I see such goodness and beauty. I saw a beautiful bird yesterday. I'd asked for a sign because I'd been so dark. I mean, literally on the floor, writhing, my body contorting with just abject rage. That was last week Thursday. It was terrible. That was the day after I had to go to the hospital, and I saw all these people. And my mind was just busy. Tick, 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 tick. Aren't they fat? Aren't they ugly? Aren't they disgusting? Isn't this? You're such a bad person. Look at what you're thinking. You're dirty. You're bad. You better go and be codependent and do lots and lots of really nice things for a load of people that won't appreciate it and won't give anything back. Go feed the narcissists. Because you're bad. You're bad. You're bad. Right? And then the anxiety in the gut. And the next thing you know, Thursday. I mean, I didn't sleep well Wednesday night. And I'm lying in bed, and it's just like I could just feel the rage come up. And oh, the screaming, man, the screaming. It's got to be purged out. It is like a substance, and it's dark magic. We have been spellbound in this reality, in part created by, it's responsible for creating the dark side of duality. Dark figments of a dark imagination. That's what it is. There's this film called Inkheart. Again, it's not a great film in and of itself. Some of you might disagree, but it's each their own, isn't it? And I was guided to watch that. I watched about the first 20 minutes and then I switched it off because I'd received a message, because it said, this is what it is, Anika, pay attention. All the nefarious characters in the film are there because there are characters in a book, and the guy is a silver tongue, and by reading the book he draws the characters out of the book into reality, right? It's similar to that. The forces of evil, this entire world in fact, is not real. It's not real. It's all figments, dark figments of a dark imagination. Right? And I mean, you can really run with it and really go with that, but at the end of the fucking day, you're still experiencing this world as solid. You know, if somebody sticks a fucking knife in you, it's gonna fucking hurt, isn't it? Right? The pain is dreadful, people. Soul pain, mind pain, body pain, 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 pain. It hurts to be a fucking battery. Loss hurts. You're told, well, that's it. They're gone, you know. You'll never see them again. Feels like you're being ripped. But there is no, it's beyond endurance. No wonder so many people dissociate. I had a guy come round yesterday to fix my tap, which was leaking. You know what I mean? Symbolic for me leaking my life force, yeah? So this guy came round. And he was about as tightly round, box within box within box, as imagine. He says, like, I asked him about his sleep, you see. Oh, I'm an insomniac, I get about 2 hours a night. And then he starts going on about how he gets his headaches, and then this and then that. And how he's impervious to you know, to painkillers. And when he's had an operation, they've given him the, you know, the stuff that knocks you out. And they had to give him X, Y, Z over the hilt to knock him out. Because he's completely desensitized. I mean, I could feel he was sold, right? And I could feel that he was in fact a highly sensitive person that had been so severely traumatized as a child that everything had gone into lockdown. Literally. There's a reason they called it lockdown 5 years ago, guys. 5 years ago, guys. You know? There is a reason for that. They want us perpetually locked up in Pandora's box. Right? I mean, Pandora's box, man, you know, that story. See, that's another story they've totally fucked up. It's like all these evil beasties came out, and then, but at the very last, what came out was hope. Well, hope isn't going to do a fucking thing with all these evil beasties everywhere. Only love can, thank you. Light. Crystalline light of love. Which is what we are. Soul travelers, yeah, empaths. Empaths. This is why they want us. Do you get it? I mean, your aura, your field will shine like, wow. They're very attracted to that, you know, the predators. They love it, they want it. Your life force is strong. Because, you know, you get the kind of the black-eyed people, NPCs, and they are being downloaded into by demonic entities and whatnot. You get psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, you get all that type of stuff. And not all of them are NPCs, some of them are sold. It's difficult sometimes, right? And then on the other side you have us, the empaths. And yeah, we can also be quite nasty and mean and sociopathic, you know, and we can also be narcissistic. Ergo, do the fucking work. Because, you know, you got to purge that shit out. You got to get back to righteousness, purity. Because your true self needs you to come home now. Oh, I'm glad to see wasps and a few bees and butterflies. Alright. Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to go to a field nearby, but something told me to come here, and I do like it here, and I'm just gonna, after I finish this video, I'm just gonna sit in the sun and soak that up and get a bit of melatonin. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Melatonin or something. I think like black people have a lot of it, and white people, especially me, have very little. Oh. Yeah. I'm glad I'm here doing this video. It may not be the best video I've ever done actually, but I just felt like doing it, you know. Because when I haven't done a video for a while, I sort of begin to miss you all. I think I do these videos more for myself than anything else, to be honest. I really think I do. Because I go through these churnings and the peeling of the layers and the awakening, the deepening, the quickening. right? More and more is revealed, just like it said it would. It's never let me down, you know. It talks to me, this force. I don't know who it is. Some people would say, oh, it's the guides. Well, I don't know. They've never shown themselves to me, so I don't know what they look like. Apart from when I had that dream of this creature that looked a lot like a lemur, you know, with fluffy ears, but it was white and pink and peach colour. And it said, do you believe in miracles? And that was a weird dream I've never forgotten. And then it showed up in another dream, but it turned into a giant Great Dane dog, but it was the same colours, and it gave me a hug. You know, I mean, it talks to me. It's a language, and it talks to me, and sometimes it comes through a little bit weird and a little bit funny, because it comes from a non-linear world into this fake, mundane seeming, linear seeming realm. And it's like in that film The Arrival, well worth watching by the way if you can, where the beings said, they call it, we have a weapon that will help you. What they mean is a tool. They don't mean weapon, they mean tool. But not being of our world and being non-linear, they're a bit wonky, and it is like that sometimes, but it's always guided me straight, man. And I can see, and I know the truth. I have clarity today. Yesterday I did not have clarity. I couldn't get out from under it. It was fucking appalling. It was so difficult. But yeah, it's better today. You know. Just looking at... See, that's the thing as well. Clocks everywhere. Time is real. Time is real. You're linear. Oh boy. Anyway. We've got to keep walking the path, and the path will be slightly different for each and every one of us who are walking it, no doubt about that. We all have our own way of doing what we do, yeah? And sometimes things are lost in translation, so what I talk about you may think, well, I'm not sure what she's on about, and then maybe a week goes by and all of a sudden you'll get it in your own way. And you may disagree, and that's great, you know, but it's well, it's fucking intense. At least they've been quiet now. They're all back in there being mind controlled, you know, being told they're worthless slaves to be codependent batteries, yeah. I do feel for kids. It's bad. Really, really bad. Oh, here we go again. I'm just gonna get that. Hello? It is. Yeah. No, they haven't. Can you call me back in about an hour? Because I'm actually with somebody.
Right, it might not be today.
Okay, that's fine. You can call me tomorrow anytime.
Yes, lovely. I will do. Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Right. Oh boy. And these phones. Everybody's glued to their phone now. You get elderly people even. It's mad. It does something to their brain. Yeah. Young mothers with little kids in prams walking out in front of massive trucks and whatnot. Anyway. I think I'll call it a day there, guys. I've just about run out of stuff to say. I feel. All my love to all of you, wherever you are. Keep doing the work, introspect, observe, learn to observe yourself. Step back, step away from it, and observe. This is and when you observe the fake world around you, and you listen to people talk and what they talk about, and then correlate that back to yourself. That's a very good way of introspecting as well. Everything is connected. Yeah? Know thyself truly. Knowledge is power. So, yeah. None of it is real. Remember that. It isn't real, you know. Truly it isn't. Pay attention to all the high strangeness. I'm not so much talking about online. I'm talking about personal, you know, direct experience is the only credible thing. Everything else is vicarious, right? Direct experience. Pay attention to that, to yourself. And, yeah. Observe your consciousness and see what it does. See how it metamorphoses into all these different persons. All these different people. All these different faces. Yeah, pretending this and pretending that, and having this thought and that thought, and oh, this is going on, and oh, so and so thinks that about you, you know. Look what they're doing to you. It's always trying to get you to fight with your nearest and dearest. Have you noticed that? It loves conflict, so it's very conflict oriented. More now than ever before, because oh boy, it's on steroids. So be wary of that. Like again, observe. Do not take the bait. Yeah, I can't reiterate that more strongly. Truly, so important. Don't take the bait. The baiting is wow. It's incredible. It wants to set us against ourselves, against each other. It wants you to be woke. And it wants you to be codependent, and it wants you to gush out your life force, right? It wants you to stay trapped, because you see in Inkheart, the characters in the book that have been drawn out of the book by the Silver Tongue, they don't want to go back into the book. They are now conscious, and they are now in his world, you see? So all that evil garbage that the malfunctioning part of our consciousness has unwittingly created, evil, demonic, God knows what, they are conscious, and that is what that artificial intelligence is all about. All these weird ads that you see now online. Oh, I use AI blah blah, so I can do 10 times as much work every day as I was doing before, which is such a great thing. Using AI, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? All of it, because it wants to live, But it's not real, it's dead. Evil is dead, it is fucking dead as dodos. Dead. That's why it loves stuff. It likes those diamond rings, right? And big cars, and asphalt, tarmac roads. It loves all that, it loves stuff. Right? Whereas most of us, like your soul traveller, we don't care about stuff, do we? I mean, yeah, what we want is safety, freedom, and true magical, miraculous well-being. We want to go home to the golden world, thank you. And we're like, well, that's not going to be, no, that, because you're taught on mundane reality, that's all there is. Well, the rest is just, you're just imagining, you're just, you know, stupid and delusional, go take your meds. Right? Go and see that nice NPC doctor, he'll drug you up to the eyeballs and you'll be happy then on your Thorazine and your padded cell. Yeah. No. This is why we can't give up. Now is not a time to give in and to give up. We have to stay the course, guys, okay? It's up to us to gain back, to claim back our true sovereignhood, our consciousness, our self-power, allness, yeah? Not wholeness, because that refers to a whole. No, I call it allness, where that misalignment in our consciousness is slowly but surely going back into alignment. This is why we're going through what we're going through, right? The purgings, the insanity, because the light is shining on it, and it is clear now. It is the time of the wheat and the tares. This is a very good parable in that book of lies, the Bible. That's got some truth in. You see duality. It's a book of lies, but it's got some really good parables in it. The wheat and the tares, you see. It's the truth, the light, the skies. It's dying, guys, it's dying, it's dying. But you see, it puts up a great fight, and that's really what that is, okay? Right, I'm going to call it a day now. So, all my love to all of you, and yeah, talk to me in the comment section, you know, that would be nice. I like to get your comments, I like to hear where you at, and what's happening, and this, that and the other, and yeah. Yeah, thank you for being here and listening to my videos. Bless you all. Bless you.